Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Nature Angel here, and today I'm going to be doing a video that one of you guys actually gave me the idea for, and it's things that I'm doing that I didn't think I'd be doing, and the opposite. So things that I am not doing that I thought I would be doing. And I thought this was a really interesting video. It probably won't be too long, just because there are some things in both of those categories, but I don't think it's like an overwhelming list, but I still think it's really important to know. And just keep in mind that wherever you are working at, it's gonna be different. It really depends on your district and your school. So stick around and learn what those things are. Okay, so I'm gonna start with things that I'm doing that I didn't think that I would be doing. So the first thing is, I knew that I would be doing crisis related things, but I didn't know that it'd be related to violence. So like, we have these things called gaggle alerts, and they alert us like if someone says that they're suicidal, or if there's like a violence threat, or self-harm, things like that. But there's one for violence, and I always thought that'd be more like administrative, not school psych related. So like, if someone said that, oh, they're gonna come in and like kill a bunch of people, like, I get that we would talk to them, but I didn't think we'd be the ones to address that, because that could be an immediate threat. And I don't know, I just thought that that would be something that more like the principal and them would deal with, and then we would talk to them afterwards, not that we would be the first people to respond to it, but we are in my district. Another thing is evaluations for private schools. So I always heard people doing private evaluations, but I didn't know that we do private school evaluations. So if the parent is in our zone for the school, but their kid goes to a private school, and if they need a psychological evaluation or just an evaluation in general for an IEP, then they will send like that to us. So like, I just have a kid that just happened to, they're in a private school, but we are the ones that are doing the evaluation because the parent lives in our zone. And it's gonna work by the kid could come to our school, or we could go to theirs to do the testing. And we're actually gonna go to theirs just because, a whole lot of reasons, but one reason is we don't want to take the kid out of an environment that he's comfortable in and put him in an environment that he's not comfortable in, and then try to get an assessment and really test his true skills, especially if the kid already has like anxiety and trouble adjusting. That would be a huge adjustment. The results might not be anywhere near as accurate compared to if they're in a space that they feel comfortable in. And the last thing is filling out the diagnosis worksheets. So we have worksheets for like all of the categories. So like OHI, emotional disturbance, intellectual disability, all those things, we have worksheets for them that we fill out. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you're a school psych, of course you'd be the one filling it out. And I get that part, but I didn't think that I'd be the main one. And the reason is because there are questions on there that are related to their educational performance, as in the classroom. And it's fine though for some of them, like the intellectual disability worksheet. That one makes sense for me to fill out because it's based on the adaptive scores, which I would have gave the adaptive test, and it's also based on the IQ. I gave the IQ test. But the ones that don't make sense to me are like the ones that are like autism or OHI for ADHD. And the reason why is because we rely a lot on observations, and usually the teachers are the ones that are writing what they observed and what happens in the classroom. Like, I will have to ask like, okay, do you notice this and this and this and all these things, because I don't know the kid. I only met the kid, you know, to test them. I'm not with the kid every day, you know. And then we also get the parent input for things too, like, oh, do they do this at home, because they would know their kid better than any of us. So in that aspect, I didn't think I'd be in charge of filling out like all of the worksheets, just because some of the questions are related more to what a teacher would see than my psych. Like, I could add in some stuff from my psych, but again, teacher input would be more valuable. Now on to things that I am not doing that I thought I would be doing. And this one is a little bit longer. So one of the things is guiding the meetings. I know in my internship, basically the school psych would guide the meetings. And we would, you know, kind of start it, like introduce it and talk about our piece, and then be like, okay, now the teacher present, and then kind of bring it all together at the end. But at my school, we have an ICC, an instructional compliance coordinator, and they're the ones that are guiding the meetings, putting it all together, kind of like the specialist in special education in terms of the meetings, IEPs, 504 plans, all that stuff. So they're the ones that set up when we're going to have the meetings, get together all of our due dates, and then do the actual meeting. Another thing is doing the observations, parent, like social history. I thought that I'd be doing that because, again, I did that in internship, but the observations is what the counselors do in my school, and then the social workers are the ones that talk to the parents and do that whole social history part, compared to before, like I would have to call the parents, interview them, and usually we would just look back at the old reports because I worked with 11th and 12th graders, and we would, right what we had there, go through it with the parents because anything changed. And if not, if it's mostly the same, we're just keeping it. Another thing I'm happy about that this isn't happening, but I thought would, is taking work home with me, because I heard like, yeah, you just get so overwhelmed that you're gonna end up taking work home with you, especially in your first year. I have not taken work home with me once, and I don't mean in terms of like working from home, but in terms of working after hours, just because I really try to structure everything out so that I don't have to do that, because when I'm home, I want to be home and focus on me, and when I'm at work, I want to be at work and focus on work and get that done. And I know that's not possible because some people have way heavier caseload, or just how the district's set up, you just might have more responsibilities and duties, but that's what I was expecting, and knock on wood, but I'm happy that that hasn't happened, that I needed to work outside of my work hours. All right, and lastly, I thought that I would have more groups, such as like social skill groups, because I know, again, I keep relating it to internship because that's the only other experience that I had to compare it to, but me, the social worker, and the school psych would do like social skills groups and things like that. And here on my job, the social worker is usually one that's doing the social skills group. Now, the nice part is in my job, it's a lot of wiggle room, kind of like do it myself, do it my own way. I can kind of make it my own, and that's the nice part. So I haven't done any groups this year. Next year I kind of want to put together, I have 2 ideas, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but for one of them, kids that might have like ADHD, trying to meet them once a week for the middle school and get them organized and show them how to organize, and you know, kind of help them with that so that they can better manage their work at school and at home as well. And then for the elementary school, there's been a lot of conduct issues lately, so I want to try to stop it early, and I kind of want to just do like groups with kids that they think have the most conduct disorders, like 3, 4, not a big group, and kind of just meet with them and teach them ways that they can better channel that energy, that aggressiveness, whatever the problem is, and work with that, especially because it's better to treat that, again, when they're younger than when they're older. And I don't want to do anything like super formal with it. I just kind of want to do it, see how it goes, and, you know, adjust it as it needs to be adjusted. And if I can find a program, then, you know, I'll try to follow that program. But if not, I'll just try to pull from things that I know are research-based and evidence-based. So yeah, that's the things that I thought I would be doing and am not, and vice versa as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's longer than I thought it would be. I don't know why. I was like, I'll get it done in like 3 minutes. But any of you guys have any other ideas, seriously, leave it down below. I do read like all my comments, and I really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are literally the best. And I really do like making these videos. So yeah, leave me some feedback or whatever you want. And it'll probably be another sit down video, and I think I had mentioned it, it'll probably be on like making reports parent friendly, because that's a big thing and something that I've noticed, and not just reports, but just kind of everything that we do. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling on because I just keep talking. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.